Hello everyone, welcome to a class of DaVinci Resolve Essential for learning video editing. So if you're planning to learn video editing from the beginning, then you are in the right place because we'll cover in this class from the basic to advanced. This is a beginner level class, so if you have no previous experience, then you are in the right place and you can join in this particular class. So let's take a look what you learned. Creating new project in DaVinci Resolve, understanding the workspace in DaVinci Resolve, working with the edit page, timeline in detail, editing tools in DaVinci Resolve, understanding the inspector panel, video transitions, using effects in DaVinci Resolve, managing the audio, using text in DaVinci Resolve, keyframing to do animation, fusion page in the DaVinci Resolve, color correction in DaVinci Resolve, and exporting the footage. After completing this class, you will be able to do some basic video editing using transition and effect, audio editing, export and render your video, make titles and lower thirds. This is a project-based class, so during learning, you will have class project. So what you learned, and you will be able to participate in class project, so you can do practice while you are learning. You will have supporting resource in this class, so it will be easier for you to learn. During learning, if you face any issue or if you have any question, then feel free to ask me. I'm always there for you to help you. So let's start learning DaVinci Resolve for video editing together. Hi everyone, and welcome you all to the first chapter of the DaVinci Resolve Essential tutorial. So now, as we are starting on with this particular tutorial, so here I will be starting on with how you can actually create a new project in DaVinci Resolve. Also, I will be showing you from where you guys can get access to this particular application, okay, how you can download it, okay. I will make you guys understand about the interface in this particular class, and in next class I will be talking you guys or taking you guys through the workspace. Okay, so here I'll be just giving you guys that introduction of why you should use DaVinci Resolve for your video editing. So let's not waste time and let's get started on creating new project in DaVinci Resolve. So now first I will just take you guys to Chrome. Okay, so as you guys can see now I am here in the Chrome. So from here, what I can do is I can just type over here the DaVinci Resolve. Okay, so maybe I will just type DaVinci Resolve. Okay, so I will type DaVinci Resolve and I will click on enter over here. And now it will take me to this particular page over here. Okay, so as you guys can see, this is the first page which I will choose. So to know that like DaVinci Resolve is a software by the Blackmagic Design. Okay, so I will come here and let me just open up this file for you all that you guys will be able to see the home page of the DaVinci Resolve. Okay, and if you are familiar with Premiere Pro or the Final Cut Pro, so for me a personal view is that DaVinci Resolve is basically a combination of the Adobe Premiere Pro and as well as the Final Cut Pro. But this one is mostly known for its color correction and also the color contrast. Okay, so this one is known for its coloring as it has the best coloring options. Okay, you guys can basically use. Here you guys can see as this one is the home page. So these are a few of the videos which are being created using the DaVinci Resolve. Okay, so as you guys can see, if you want to download, you guys can just click down here. Okay, so now this is the latest version which they do have it now. So from here basically you guys can actually, if you do have a Mac, you can download it for Mac. If you're using a Windows, you can use it for your Windows, or if you're using a Linux, okay, in that case you can download it for a Linux. Okay, so for me right now, I don't have to download this. Okay, but if you want to get the premium version of DaVinci Resolve Studio, in that case, you can just buy this thing for $295 over here. Okay, so if you just come here, you can just place your order and just buy it off. Okay, so if you're working on video editing for like for a long time, or if you are working on a continuous basis, okay, in that case, this might be a great investment for your work. Okay, so this DaVinci Resolve is one of the great thing over here, okay, which we can actually use. Okay, so now if I will just go back again, okay, so I am back again over here. Okay, so there are different things which we'll learn, but I hope you guys have understood that why DaVinci is quite different. Okay, I have told you guys that this is known for its color grading and color correction, okay, which is the specialty of this one comparing to other video editing software available in the market. Okay, so for me, I have already downloaded DaVinci Resolve, and that is also installed in my system. Okay, so I will just click here, and here you guys can see I do have my DaVinci Resolve over here. So from here, what I can do is I can just double click this one. Then here you guys can see that particular page is loading. Okay, so now once you just open up over here, you guys can see that I will do have a page kind of like this. Okay, so this is just the opening page of the DaVinci Resolve. Okay, so here you guys can see these are the recent works which I do have over here on my screen. Okay, so these are the recent works which I have done here in DaVinci Resolve. Okay, so now if you this is the project, you can just hide it over here. Okay, so now let's try to understand this part. So if you want to open up a file, okay, you just can come here and just click on open. Okay, so here it will take you to this file directly, and what you can do is you can just come here and go to the media pool, and you guys can actually come back to the same place. Okay, so here if I just click here on quitting on DaVinci Resolve, I can just quit those thing like that. Okay, again I will just show you some things over here. Okay, so that was about creating or opening a new file. If you want to create a new project, you can just click here. Okay, it will just create a new project for you. Okay, suppose if I want to add a new folder. Okay, so now if I just type essentials classes. Okay, so I will just create a folder over here. Now what I can do is, as I have created this particular folder, I can just as I do have this thing right now, but what I want to do is I will just quit this one. Okay, I just wanted to drag and drop this thing. Okay, but again I will just come here in my DaVinci Resolve. Okay, so now if I want to add some files, okay, inside my folder, so I will just come here. Okay, and now if I want to create some new project under this one, I will be able to create some new project under this over here. Okay, and this one over here. Okay, so if I want to create some new folder under this here as well, okay, under a new folder, I can do that. Okay, so if I just want to copy any project, okay, I will be also able to do that. Okay, so for now, if I just come here, as you guys can see, this is basically the project libraries. Okay, so this project libraries is basically used for the people, those who are working on DaVinci Resolve, like more than one people can get access to that particular video or footage and work at the same time. So many of them can work on the same time at the same footage. So for that, this local database, okay? So if you want to add anything to the project library, okay, you guys can just click here at project library. If you want to create one, you guys can create one. But if you do have a link to join someone else's, you guys can just click here on connect, then name that one and just browse it from your system. Okay, so you guys will be able to do that here as well. And now if you want to import any file over here, you just need to click on import, and from here you guys will be able to import that particular file. Okay, so I'll just come back again here. Okay, so here you guys can see these are the recent files which I do have here. Like if I will select this one, and if I want to export this thing, I can click here and I can basically save wherever I want to save this. Okay, but I do want to save this particular file. So this was some classes which I took before. And now here, these icons, you guys can just zoom in these icons if you want to increase their size. If you want to decrease their size, you can just lower their size kind of like this. Okay, so now this one, if you want to segregate or sort these things according to their name or the dates, okay, so according to the frame rate, you guys can do that. Okay, and after clicking any particular thing over here, if you want to get some information, okay, so here you guys can basically see the information of all these files. Okay, so here you guys can see this was last modified when. Okay, you guys can get some informations regarding that. And here, now this one is in thumbnail view. If I want to get this thing in a list view, I can just click here. And here you guys can see that I can actually get all of these things in a list view here as well. Okay, so now if you are searching for a particular file, suppose you do have 200, 300 work here in your DaVinci Resolve. Okay, so here using the search button, you guys can actually search that thing out. Okay, suppose if I just click here title and lower thirds, okay, here you guys can see I do have this particular file over here. So this is how we guys will be able to search things out. And again, from here you guys can just filter things according to their format, or if any notes you added, or according to the name. Okay, so this is about that. And here in this network option, you guys will be able to get access. So if you do have any file in your cloud storage, okay, so from here you just need to get the premium version or have to buy some Blackmagic cloud space. Okay, so from here first you need to create that account, sign in, and you guys can get access to your work if you save it in your cloud system. So I'll just come here again at the local. Okay, so I hope you guys have understood till this much. Okay, so now let's come on creating a new project. So for creating a new project, I'll come here. I will just click on new project, and now I will just name this one as chapter 1. Okay, so I will just name this one as chapter 1. And what I can do is I can just click on create. Okay, so if you don't save any particular name, by default, it will be saved as untitled 1, 2, 3, 4, and so on. Okay, so now once I click on create, here you guys can see now I do have the workspace in my DaVinci Resolve. Okay, so this is basically the workspace. Okay, so where I will be working here in my DaVinci Resolve. Okay, so from here basically if you want to go back to the same page, okay, so you just need to come here and go to the file option, and from the file option you guys can go to the project manager. So here as you guys can see, now again I am back at the same place. Okay, so from here I can actually create another project if I want to. Okay, so right now I'll just close this thing down, and again if you want to get access to the project you have created, you guys can actually click on Shift+9. Otherwise, go to File and come here just underneath the project manager option, you do have the project settings, okay? So from here, you guys can see I do have a lot of project settings over here. Okay, so here you guys can see I do have the tablet resolution. From here, if you want to change anything up, you guys can also change things up here as well. Okay, so if you want a cinemascope, okay, so you guys can get a cinemascope here, but I'll take the square. Okay, so these settings which I already do have here. So these are basically the default settings. Okay, so mostly which I focus on is the tablet resolution and the frame rate. Okay, so if you guys don't know what frame rate is, so in 1 second, okay, so videos are basically a sequence of images. Okay, so those images are taken quite fast that it gives a smooth motion. So here once I have selected 24 frames rate, okay, that means that here in 1 second I will have 24 frames in 1 second. Okay, and this is how it will basically count. Okay, 24 frames in per second. Okay, or 25 images, which we can call over here. Okay, so sometimes it depends on the video. Okay, what type of video, what type of camera do I'm using. Okay, if you're downloading it from any other software like Pixels or Pixabay. Okay, so these are few of the websites which you guys can use to get your preview file, okay, or the practice file. Okay, so from there you guys can actually get those. And these are video monitoring options. Okay, so from here you guys can select the video format. And here there are other options, okay, which we will learn once we just go on. Okay, so here image scaling, okay, sharp. Okay, so there are a lot of options according to the frame over here. Okay, so we can use all of this, but for now I will just not change anything for now, and I'll just cancel this thing over here. Okay, so this was about how you can actually create a new interface. Okay, and in next class I'll be telling you guys about the workspace in which we are going to work. Okay, so here you guys can basically get an idea of this particular frame over here. So if you have used Adobe Premiere Pro, okay, so sometimes you might feel, okay, this setting is kind of like the Adobe Premiere Pro. And sometimes you might feel, okay, this is a feature of the Final Cut Pro, okay, which I have used before. So if you're familiar with video editing, this course is not going to take or not going to be much of a problem to understand. Okay, so here I do have this workspace, and as I was telling, from where you guys will be able to download free videos. Okay, so here I will just click, and here you guys can see this is pixels.com. Okay, so from pixels.com what I can do is I can just come here and I can download various videos. Okay, so from here, as you guys can see, if I just hover my mouse around here, you guys can see I can just get a preview over here. Okay, so any of this video from here I can basically download. So let me download this video, which we'll be using in the later stages of our tutorial. Okay, so this one is another video which I will download. So you guys will be able to download from here. Okay, and let me show you guys another website which you guys can also use. Okay, so that one is Pixabay. Okay, so I will just write Pixabay and I'll click on enter, and here you guys will be able to see that I will have different videos over here as well. Okay, so here as you guys can see, this is a 4K video. Okay, so from here, if I want to download this, I can basically download the videos from here. And from Pixabay, if you want to download some musics, okay, you guys will be able to download these musics from here as well. Okay, so if you want to listen what kind of musics are this, you guys can just play this thing out. And to download, you guys can just come here and click on the download option. So here I will download this thing as well. And also I will download this particular music from here as well. Okay, so these things are free to download. If you want to get a preview of what type of music this is, you guys can click here and just get a preview. If you want to come here, okay, check these things out. Okay, so this is about the Pixabay here as well. Okay, and from Pixabay, I will also download some videos. If you want to download some sound effects, illustrations, okay, you guys will be able to download all of this from here as well. Suppose I want to find some videos of the nature. Okay, so I will just click on nature and I'll just click on enter over here. And here you guys can see these are few of the royalty-free videos which I don't need a license to download. Okay, but before downloading any of this, make sure you check the license. Okay, so I will just download this quite like this. Okay, so those things are getting downloaded, and from here you guys can come here and click on the content license. Okay, you guys can check that this content is free to use, what all you can do and what all you are not allowed to do over here. Okay, so I will just come back again. Okay, so I will just continue downloading these things. So these things are getting downloaded. I'll just minimize this part and back again at my DaVinci Resolve. Okay, so once I am done with downloading those videos, okay, so we'll be learning about the workspaces in our next class. So hope to see you all in the next chapter. Till then, take care and goodbye everyone.